We want to thank you very much, Honourable Minister, for the wonderful opportunity of having us for this special interview as part of Democracy Radio courtesy visit to your office. We want to start this brief chat with, at the inception of your, administration, you made a commitment and a promise, sort of, that at coming into office, that you are going to cut down drastically the issue of strikes and industrial disharmony among workers in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. So I want to find out, how far have you been able to go about this, and do you think, the roadmap you drew out at the inception of your term in office is actually making any headway?
Yes, I remember very well when I first came in here, I made that very clear determination to ensure that we check levels of strikes in this country. In fact, I even say that the era is no more, because it's only when people are not listened to that they go on strike. But when we have people who have listening ears, and we have people who are ready to talk to them, you will discover that there will be no need for going on strike. True to type, all this long we have been talking to our unions, and I'm happy to say that they are listening to us, and they are cooperating with us, and they are respecting our views. And that is why you have not been having any strikes from November last year to date. We thank God, and we thank the leadership of these unions for their support, for their cooperation, and for their understanding. The Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC very much together with us. We are working together, and their affiliate unions are also listening very well to us. We have been meeting with so many of them almost on a daily basis, relating to one issue or the other that affect their welfare. And most of the time when we come to sit together and listen to them, we discover that there are just minor issues that require a small push, and this sense will be there for them. And I thank my colleagues from the ministries, particularly Ministers of Education, Minister of Health, Minister of Petroleum, where we have the major concentration of unions. They are doing very well to listen to the unions, and most of the time when we talk to them, they also listen to us, and that is why the environment is still very quiet. Like I said earlier on, we have not had any strike, so to say, apart from one or two that were just a flash kind of, I would say, just a one-day strike, and it's called off. So you see, what is most important is ability to create an environment where you listen to people and you take their issues seriously, and they see you pursue it vigorously. And that is what we are doing here as a ministry. We are here to ensure that the environment in which workers live is safe and conducive for working, and is conducive for being productive, to ensure the growth of the economy of our dear country. That is how we are doing it.
Yeah. Now, Honourable Minister, there's also the issue of the role that your ministry plays. Mm-hmm. I remember a couple of months ago, there was some kind of media reports on when you said whether the ministry, in terms of employment, what role the ministry plays. Can you tell Nigerians, yes, is it the Ministry of Labour and Employment, what role actually do your ministry play? Is it that you create an enabling environment for employment, or what exactly are we looking at here?
You see, what I said at one of the occasions there was that we are not employing people, but we are creating environment that will provide jobs for job seekers. We are collaborating with agencies and other partner organizations to ensure that skilled jobs are made available for people to take up. And this is what we are doing. And from that time to date, we have been working together with our partners, our ministry and our agencies to ensure that more and more jobs are created for people, particularly youth and women, to ensure that they live on their own. They are not only gainfully employed, they are also employing other people. So by the time you have skilled jobs, by the time you have people who are into a kind of training to learn a trade of their own, they should be able to be on their own. They should be able to even create jobs for others to be employed. And this is what we are doing. And people are positively responding. Our partners are also working assiduously to ensure that jobs are created for youth, women, the disabled, and the vulnerable groups, so that people are not just left like that idle. Everybody has one thing or the other to do. And this is what we are doing, and I'm happy with what we have achieved so far. And Mr. President has given us an enabling environment to ensure that these jobs are created for the good of our people. And we are very happy to say that the public is also responding to our calls to come forward for this skill development training. And we are all over the Federation. We have skill development centers across the country. So also NDE has some of them. We have some here in the ministry. And our partners are also working with us to ensure that this kind of programs are taken up so that as many people as possible are enrolled into these programs to create more and more and more jobs.
Now, finally, Honourable Minister, we are looking at this issue. How do you feel when you see young Nigerians, skilled Nigerians, leaving the country for greener pastures outside of the shores of this land? They call it the Japa syndrome. A lot of Nigerians in the medical sector, all around, it's like there is a trove of Nigerians leaving the country. How do you feel about this, and what do you think the government can do in the short and the long term to remedy this situation?
What is most important is for people to undergo these things in the legal and normal process. That is what is most important. But what is most disturbing is that people use other ways to cut corners to go out looking for greener pastures. And by the time they do that, one can never know the kind of dangers they put themselves into. Otherwise, exchanging labor is normal from country to country. We give out people to other countries. Other countries also give us. As long as it is processed within the legal context of it, we will promote it, we will encourage it, and it will be good for our economy, for the economy of our two countries, both the receiving country and the other country who is also taking this labor. We benefit from it in terms of the money that is being transacted. It goes a long way in boosting the economy of our two countries. But what we frown at is a situation where people do it outside the laws, outside the principles of this kind of arrangement. And you see so many of them suffering at the end of it. And we cannot immediately help them because they have stepped out of the rules and regulation of this issue. So, but we are making a lot of efforts to enlighten people, to tell them to please follow the proper channel. This thing is allowed as long as you follow the rules and regulations, and as long as you have something to offer to the receiving country. And nobody will quarrel about it, and both countries will be better for it if we regularize it, if we normalize it. So we are making sure to ensure that we publicize the rules and regulations so that people don't step out of bound.
Honourable Minister, the fear is, isn't there a possibility, for instance, in the health sector, that we'll lose most of our doctors, and the health sector might take a very strong beating as a result of the migration of our health workers?
You see, yes, we are aware of it, and that is why we are working day and night with medical professionals to ensure that we improve their condition of service, we make them to stay and work for their country. What is most important for us is to ensure that we attract their attention, we make them functional, and we try to make the environment very attractive to them. By the time you don't bother yourself with this condition of service, before you know, many of them might have gone somewhere else while you are really in need of their services. This we are very conscious of, and we are trying to ensure that we retain our doctors, not only retaining them, we also try to have as many of them as we can from other parts of the country. But from what we are seeing now, if we are able to return what we have, I think that will be good, and that will be great for our dear country. And this is why the Ministry of Health, in connection with what we are doing, are trying to ensure that we improve the condition of service of the health sector in general, so that people will be encouraged to continue to work for their country.
Thank you, distinguished Honourable Minister, for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sincerely. Please, our best regards to your DG, to your organization, to your management. I thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you very much.